Hi everyone, this is Steve Johnson, and in this tutorial I would like to show you how you can create a classroom discussion template within a Google Sheet. All this information is from Alice Keeler's wonderful blog that has a ton of great information, so let's get started. The first thing I'd like you to do is go ahead and type this URL into your web browser, and it will take you to Alice Keeler's blog post on how to do this. You can go ahead and pause this video and type that into your browser, or you can write it down. Once you do that and you go to the website, you'll see this page right here. You can also just Google Classroom Discussions Google Sheets and Alice Keeler's name, and it'll pop up too, I'm sure. Okay, once you come here to this page, you'll see this template right here. It says the template is located at, and here's the link. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. What's going to happen is it's going to ask me if I would like to make a copy in my Google Drive of this template, and I do want to do that, so I'm going to click on make a copy. What it's doing right now is the script within the sheet that Alice Keeler created is downloading and making a copy to my Google Drive, which is great because it's the best place to put it, and it will remember it for me, which is great as well. You can see that some directions that she gave are right here and right here, so that's really great as well. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to make a list of my discussion topics or questions, which I'm just going to start typing right here. So maybe the first one could be, what did you learn? Maybe another question could be, what would you do differently next time? And maybe a third question could be, what would you like the teacher to know? And maybe, what would you like to learn next time? Okay, another great thing within Google Sheets, a little trick, is if you click on this button right here above the 1 and beside the A, and then you go to any vertical line for the columns and double click on it, it will move the columns so that it's to the width of whatever the longest text is in your sheet. Okay, so when I made that copy, the script that Alice Keeler created, discussion tab, is right here. That's what I'm going to run. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and I'm going to click on Run Discussion tab. It's going to say that it needs authorization to run, so I'll click Continue. Yes, I'll give it authorization to run with my Google Apps for Education account, so I'll allow it. And so now, sometimes with this particular app or with this particular script, it does take a while sometimes for the tabs to come to be shown at the bottom. Sometimes I need to reload it a couple times from when I've used it. So I'm going to click Reload again, and we'll see if it runs this time. I have had to reload it a third time even, so that could happen. So yeah, so here we go. So now it worked. So all I have to do is reload it one time. The next thing you want to do is you want to delete this roster tab right here, and you can delete this roster tab by right-clicking on it and then just clicking on delete. And saying, heads up, are you sure you want to delete the sheet? Yes, I do. Okay, great. So now I have all of my discussion questions. As you can see, the cells are a lot bigger, and students can just click on them and they can write responses. So this tab right here at the bottom, what did you learn? When I click on it, students can click on these cells and write what they learned. What would you do differently next time? Again, students can click on these tabs and write what they would do differently. What would you like the teacher to know? And what would you like to learn next time? And if there were more questions, they would just scroll to the right or scroll back to the left using these arrows, and that would also get from question to question. Now, at this point, once you've created this sheet, what you can do is you can share it with your students using Google Classroom. Google Classroom is the best way to share any type of app, whether it be a doc or a sheet or a slideshow with students. And what I would recommend is there's two different ways you can go about doing this. You could have this one sheet shared with all students. So all students would write on this sheet. And by doing so, when they are on the What Did You Learn tab, they could all write what they learned and just pick a cell, right? And in Classroom, you would choose the students can edit the file. And again, Alice did a great job. She shows what that looks like. So within Classroom, if this was your assignment right here, the box, you can click on this little field and you can click on students can edit the file. That means that all the students will be able to edit this sheet and all of these tabs together. Or you can make a copy of this sheet for each student within Classroom, and that would blast it out to all the students via Google Classroom, and they would all have their own copy of this sheet, and maybe they could just add to it throughout a unit or a lesson or just a day, whatever it is that however you want to use it, you can use it in that way. So hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions, let me know, and make sure you check out Alice Keeler's blog, because there's a lot of great stuff that can definitely help you out.